Did you just buy a 2019 Silverado? Well, I'm going to show you what your first upgrade is going to be. If you're like me, you can't leave a vehicle stock, so we're going to be upgrading this new 2019 Silverado with aFe's Momentum GT cold air intake. This is aFe's Momentum GT cold air intake for the 2019 Silverado. It comes with the Airbox air intake tube made of polyethylene, so it's heat resistant and will stay durable the whole time. It comes with a massive 5R air filter, which is 5 layers, silicone couplers, the clamps to mount it onto the truck. So let's get installed on our 2019 Silverado. Alright, so we're going to start by removing this box. We're going to loosen this clamp, and there's a clamp behind here that you just can't see. Just grab a flat blade screwdriver, loosen the clamp on the airbox, and then loosen the clamp on the throttle body. Now on the older LS, there was always 2 crankcase breathers. On the new 2019, there's only 1. So all you have to do is just push on this clip, wiggle a little bit, and it'll slide right off. All right, once you have everything loose, slide it off the airbox, grab the box, twist it off the throttle body, twist up, and it'll pop right off. I know it looks weird what I just did with this box, but right here is this clip. This clip slides in and then you slide the airbox down. So what I'm showing you here again is to slide this box this way, wiggle it, and pop it loose to get it out of there. All right, before we can remove the airbox, we have to remove the connector, a push pin clip, and this map sensor. So all we have to do with this connector, grab a flat blade screwdriver, twist on the back, slide it up and out of the way. Just tuck it over there. Grab a trim panel removal tool. Get a connector off the airbox. There we go. Then for the sensor, grab your flat blade screwdriver, pop the red tab, and then just squeeze down to slide it off. Now this is a little different than your normal cold air intake where you put an intake tube on and an air filter. With the 2019 Silverado, we have to remove this whole cover to get rid of this intake tube. So this is where the air sucks in on the 2019 Silverado. So we're gonna remove this piece so we can put the aFe cold air intake on. Start by removing this handle. It's a T15 Torx. Be careful not to drop them down. They are small. Once you have both screws out, grab the handle, slide right off. Alright, now we're going to remove these 9 clips that are right around this whole piece. Grab your trim panel removal tool, slide it under the clip, pop it up, and wiggle the cover. There we go. Do that 8 more times. Once you have all the clips out, just grab the cover and pull it out of the way. This is the air intake tube. All we have to do is remove this one clip and then we can pull it and get it out of here. There we go. Once you have the tube out of the way, we're going to start removing that airbox. To remove this airbox, there's only one nut, 10 millimeter. Okay, once you have the nut removed, pick up the airbox, pull it towards you, wiggle around some hoses and some wires. And there you go. Before we pitch this airbox, we need a couple things off it. We're gonna start by removing these grommets. Just pull them off. On this side of the airbox, we need to remove this grommet and spacer and this sensor. To remove this grommet and spacer, you just push the spacer out and then push on the grommet. And it'll pull right out. To remove the sensor, all you need is a T20 Torx. Unscrew those screws. Be careful not to drop them. Then carefully slide it out. Reinstall the grommet back on the airbox. Slide your spacer back into place. Reinstall the rubber nubs. Now you can install your air box. Okay, so now we're gonna reinstall our new air box. These two nubs go right here and right there. Just reinstall your air box the way you took it out. Slide it in there. A little bit of wiggling. Slide it in and then get it over your stud. Then reinstall your nut. Tighten it down. Now with the air intake tube, you have to wiggle this piece back in and get it into the air box. It'll take a little bit. Just take your time, slide it in. Slide the clip in, and then push it down. Reinstall your cover. Reinstall the handle. Just lightly tighten it down. Grab your massive air filter from aFe. This is also a 5-layer cotton air filter, so it'll catch any debris or any dust before it goes in your engine and gives you maximum airflow for this engine. All you have to do is just slide it into the air box, push it all the way in, then grab the supplied giant clamp. Once you have the clamp in place, just tighten it down. Make sure it's not gonna fall out. Before we can install the intake tube, we have to put the silicone couplers in and the fittings on the intake tube. The first one is the valve cover breather. All you have to do is lightly tighten it down with a 20mm wrench. Reinstall your sensor with the plug pointing towards the throttle body. Just slide it into place. It's a little snug, but a perfect seal. Install it with the supplied screws. Those take a T20 Torx. Just lightly tighten them down. Install the supplied clamp and coupler on the throttle body. Don't tighten it down until you have everything in place. Slide the clamp on the other side of the silicone coupler and then the clamp on the air filter. Now you can install your air intake tube. Okay, slide it into the air filter first, and then slide it into your throttle body. Make sure that the silicone coupler goes all the way around the whole air intake tube. Once you have everything in place, then you can tighten everything down. Plug your sensor back in, wait till it clicks, then push the red tab in. Reinstall your breather. Make sure it clicks on, then your installation is complete. As you guys can see, we just finished this aFe cold air intake for the 2019 Silverado. This looks way better than the factory intake and utilizes the factory locations of the airbox. With this bigger air intake now, we get fresh cold air to make that engine run a lot better. For this aFe cold air intake and many other great parts, go to cjponyparts.com.